At one point during a manic episode, my brain convinced me that buying venomous snakes is a perfectly reasonable hobby. Venomous snakes. You heard that right. You know, the things that can kill you? Well, not all of them. Some of them. Hi, my name is Tess. I live with bipolar type 1. And on this channel, I discuss what that experience is like from someone's perspective of someone who's been diagnosed with it since they were 13, and also as a psych professional who's worked both on the inpatient psychiatric unit as well as outpatient psych as a certified peer support and recovery specialist. Venomous snakes is one of the wildest things mania has ever convinced me to do. If you've ever experienced bipolar mania, then you know it's not just feeling super excited or very happy. It could mean you make decisions that you wouldn't normally make. So it's very different than what people think it is in regards to like just being moody. If I had $1 for every time somebody said, "Oh, you're just moody," I'd be rich. It can make every idea feel brilliant and safe, even when it's completely not safe at all. In the case of buying venomous snakes without any experience whatsoever. Looking back, the idea of owning venomous snakes seemed like the coolest idea in the world. The idea came on suddenly. And in fact, the exact words out of my mouth to my boyfriend at the time was, "I'm fucking Steve Irwin, man." And he was just like, "Oh, Lord." But ain't no man controlling me. So I went and did what I shouldn't have done, which was go to the reptile show in Pittsburgh, where it is perfectly legal to buy venomous snakes without any training whatsoever. Now, I did know a little bit about exotic animals and snakes, just because I had grown up watching Steve Irwin and Jeff Corwin and all these other shows on Animal Planet and stuff like that, and I had been into non-venomous snakes for quite some time. Ever since I was a little kid, I would go out herping and collect garter snakes and all kind of other stuff out there, you know, and find copperheads, you know. Never touched them because they were venomous, but like, oh wow, look what I found. I found a snake at the reptile show that was native to Florida, so I knew if any of the snakes I was going to get needed anti-venom, yes, venin, not venom, anti-venin, I knew it was going to be crofab or anavib, so I was going to work with any crotalid species. So basically, fancy terminology, I was going to work with the rattlesnakes or copperheads. It really just depended on what I felt most comfortable with at the time. And I picked a snake that was native to Florida and Georgia. And it is our smallest rattlesnake species. So needless to say, I bought the snake. I named him Mr. Nimbus. He was a itty bitty rattlesnake. And really, in my mind, I was already an expert in the situation. So I was just like, yeah, I know everything I need to know about these snakes. Like, I knew I needed a snake hook to work with them. So I bought a hook. This is how bad this was. I didn't even have like a proper escape-proof terrarium. I had them in a little glass aquarium with a lid that if Mr. Nimbus wanted to, he could push up on it and get out that way. So it was so unsafe. In my mind, I'm fucking Steve Irwin, so here I am working with these snakes. So I get to the house. I set them up in the terrarium, and then I realize, and then it starts to like set in. It starts to set in, you know, just a little bit that like, maybe I'm in over my head. So what do? I find venomous snake training, like handling courses for professionals. And I found a training thing at the Rattlesnake Conservancy down in Florida. So I book the class and I book a flight to Florida and I go down there because all of a sudden I'm like, I'm committed now. Like I can't just give this snake back. Like I own this snake and I am not Steve Irwin. May he rest in peace. So that said, that is one of the hardest parts about bipolar disorder for me, is that it is not just moods, as mentioned before, it is decisions. And sometimes decisions that could get you seriously hurt. Now, thankfully, I was able to, like I said, go down to Florida at the Rattlesnake Conservancy and do training with live venomous snakes, like their Easter diamondback. So we worked professionally with these big snakes. And then I came back. And once I came back with that knowledge and that experience, and understanding like the gravity of the situation I got myself into, then I went and bought a bunch of more rattlesnakes. Yeah, I bought more rattlesnakes, but this time I bought escape-proof enclosures. I knew what I was doing. And at that point, I felt very confident in my ability to handle the snakes. And it wasn't just mania anymore. Like I had done professional training and I worked with them. And I have the receipts that show that I knew what I was doing. Needless to say, that was pretty wild. That was definitely wild. That was one of the more wild things I've done while manic. And honestly, that's not even the craziest thing mania has convinced me to do. Like, there was me purchasing a $30,000 motorcycle while dressed like a complete bum. Or even better yet, the time when I went out and purchased a motorhome. And the motorhome was well over $100,000. If you're interested in seeing more of these stories, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.